Well, just continue with the Viennese waltz, but just a little bit also on smoothing out what we were working on with Silver Foxtrot before, and with Marcia, going into the hover, and then transition.
That same grouping that she taught on Monday? Yeah, okay. Since I know what that is now, I'm gonna close this real quick. Just kind of makes it a little bit more. Now, do you want music, and do you think the music was a piece of that too, of keeping time with the music and together and?
Music is.
Well, music certainly helps, it seems.
Yeah?
Even for me.
Yeah.
Makes it easier or harder?
Well, I think it's easier.
Easier?
I think if there's any clue on how to follow the music, because I feel like a lot of times we don't follow the music.
I'm not trying to pick the beat up right, but I feel like when you got the music playing, it just sort of your body wants to move with it, and then trying to just sync with it.
Right. And some people's bodies do, and some people's don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The music just adds in a whole other element, right? Even as a musician, it's sometimes hard to have that as one other thing to keep track of, right? So.
And it seems like maybe we're still struggling with the pattern, but the part of the pattern that we know all of a sudden goes faster than the music. And then we're kind of thinking as we're.
Right. And I think the one, did you get that song from me? Did it come to you?
I did, yeah. It was Daughters, right? Was the name of it? Or that was the album?
Did that come to, that's so weird. That was the playlist, but I was trying to get the particular song or the whole playlist. Did you get?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the particular song.
It was that, what is the name of that one? Let me just get my.
Yeah, because I got that, and it seemed like it was slow, but it seemed a little soft. I wasn't quite picking the beat up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I got a different song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to see how I could send you that playlist, and it was like doing weird things, so just text me the name of something. I can just go on Apple too. Or but remember you said that it didn't show up as the right thing or something, so I was just trying to.
Oh, that was the first one that you sent me, and that was the one that was, it's only available.
But I was trying to send it to you off of my playlist to see.
That one I didn't get.
You didn't get that one?
What's her name?
Anna.
That one I did not get. I got it. With, was it Brian Mall? Anyway, I have to look up my.
Yeah, okay. So I think I tried to just send you the whole playlist of those slow Viennese waltzes that I had.
Yeah, she said just bring a flash drive or something, or give you a flash drive.
Oh yeah, I should just put it on flash drive. I have one at home. I'll try to remember to do that. Whoop, that's the.
I just gave Peter one to do some stuff like that for me too. It just seems so much easier just sticking the computer or the camera.
Anna Victoria was the one I was trying to.
That one
So you must have got the. The John Mayer Daughters one came through. Is that the one that came through? Daughters. John Mayer. Which is the last song on my playlist.
What is this?
Well, just the Silver Foxtrot. Oh, waltz, I guess it's the same sort of.
Oh, you want to start with the foxtrot?
I don't know.
Oh, this is a Viennese waltz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do the Viennese waltz.
That was good, though. You remembered to add those in.
Yeah, I misstepped the second step and threw off.
hesitation one or the right change step to the right turns?
I think I'm not taking for some reason I'm not doing a change step. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just go to that, skip here.
Okay. Okay, let me just take the music off for a second. So, I guess I should pause it.
Yeah, because I come across. And then.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm noticing is that the song is a slow one, obviously, because it's a little easier learning speed. But one of the things that's different from slow waltz and Viennese waltz is there's a difference in how you use your feet because of the speed, right? So in slow waltz, if I brought my feet together, if I just did this where you can see me from behind, and when my feet come together, do you see I'm up on my toes like this?
I can see it.
Oh, yeah. Right. So I like do that a lot, right? Where I'm like, oh wait, I'm gonna think about the camera. So when I come together, do you see how I'm up on the toes? Slow waltz, that's how I would come together because I have enough time to lower. But if I was gonna do that same forward side together, so if this is slow waltz, this is Viennese waltz. See if you can see a difference of the same 3 steps.
Okay, yeah, second one you used.
Yeah, and so the second step, it was, if you notice the left foot as the foot closes, slow waltz, I close and I'm up on my toes. Viennese waltz, I close, and when I draw this foot in, it's almost already down on the floor, like the heel's already down, instead of coming up here and then dropping down. So what I'm noticing when you do that change step, when you're doing it like slow waltz, and when you get here, you're kind of forgetting which foot you're going to step with next. And the thing that does make it a little bit easier to recall that, because of the speed, you need to be able to know right away, there's no hesitation there, that if I bring that foot in and it's already down.
Right, because in all the dances, if I bring both feet down, now I don't know which one to step on next.
Right, but the same thing if you're up on both feet. And I think that's where you're getting caught right here. It's like, wait, which foot am I going to go with next?
I see.
Yeah, right there, exactly right there. So I feel like if this is,
I remember which one to put down.
yeah, so if we did it towards the mirror here, and if I just have you do the change step, which is the forward side together, and that's it, right? So I'm stepping forward with the heel, step to the side, and remember it kind of goes slightly forward. And I'm going to use this foot to kind of draw this one in. And as soon as it comes in, it's flat. Now this one never goes down, but the left one, when it came in, went flat right away. So let's just do that, those 3 steps again. So it's 1, 2, 3. Right? So now I know which foot I'm going to use, because the one that with the heel's up is going to be obviously way easier to use than the other one, because the heel's down on the floor.
Right.
Okay, should I do that in a way you can see it better?
Just get on the other side of you, and that way
Okay.
you can get you instead of me.
So we have 1, 2, 3. So when that foot comes in, it's dropping immediately into that heel of the left foot.
Right.
Now it's pretty easy to know that this is going to be the next step, because it's sort of ready to go in preparation already, right? And so, and then when you do the next part, it'll be the same thing. So if I just turn towards the mirror here, do you see how the second step is the ball of the foot? And I'm going to use that to pull, almost like drag or draw the the right foot in to the left.
Okay.
So it's heel, toe, whole foot. Now, do you see what you did right there? Is this, you should be exactly reverse from there. The second step that you took, you put your whole foot down. Ball. Whoop, so
No,
keep,
this one
yeah.
stays
So
up.
if I put my foot underneath it,
That one stays up, right? No.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
2, 3, yeah.
And then
Then you know which one to move next, right? Then it makes it obvious.
you stay on the toe and pull this one in.
Yes, yes. So second step is always on the toe, and it pulls the third step in, which is nearly flat into the foot already.
Okay.
And even when I do that, instead of ending up here on the toes of both feet, as soon as I pull this third step in, I'm going down into the whole foot. Yes. Yeah. And that helps you to balance there, because you got to do that quick, right? Because if you think, a lot of the songs maybe even twice as fast as the one we were doing it to. So how can you be efficient with your movement so that you're not like killing yourself keeping up with the music?
So then when I roll
One.
back, toe, and this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the case on all the second steps are just with the toe, and all the third steps are nearly flat into the foot, instead of regular waltz, where you would be up on the toes of both feet when they come together or cross or whatever it would, and then lower, because you have time to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, you're trying to use up more time. So, and a lot of people tend to do that in slow waltz, this kind of thing in the beginning, where it's much flatter, but you want it flatter, so I'm not really trying to go for rise and fall. Do you see how I'm just bringing that in flat?
Yeah, it just feels, kind of feels fun staying on your toes, but I see what you mean, then you don't know where
You know what, it is harder to balance. If you imagine just standing up on your toes, way harder to balance than if I get to put one foot down. Whoop, and so you didn't put your left foot all the way down that time.
It doesn't seem harder to balance, but.
Well, just because you got used to doing it that way now. Yeah. But, so right here, drop down into that, yes, yes. Drop,
So now
yes.
it's one of those, I'm just gonna have to do that whole bunch. to
Yeah,
incorporate.
and sometimes it'd be easy to just even say that to yourself, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop. So it's 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 2, drop. Just to remind you to drop your heel. 1,
2, drop.
whoop.
That gets it wrong.
Yeah, so you dropped on 2. So drop is on 3. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know what I did too, so I didn't do the first step, I went right into the change step. Okay.
So if we did let's do one left turn,
Okay.
and then the change step and the right turn. So I'll do that next to you. So we're going to go 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop. Then the change step, yeah, and I'm in a little bit more at a diagonal. 1, 2, drop. 1, 2, drop. 1, 2, drop. 1, 2, drop. Right, so it's always the third one that's dropped. And I think that happens sometimes is once in a while you do drop the second one, and that also can throw you off too.
Right, okay.
Because then you're already dropped, and then you don't change weight on the third step.
Okay.
Yeah?
Good, I can-
And so yours is exactly the same, right, of just that 1, 2 drop. And it's much different technically than the slow waltz, because it's more than double the speed, right?
So it's 1, 2, drop, 3.
Well,
2 drop, and then 3.
well, I'm actually saying the drop instead of saying 3 because I can't say both words at the same time. So it's happening on the 3. So if I said 1, 2, 3, drop, I could say that, but that actually delays it just a little bit, right? Because then but it has to be as you're placing that third step, you're placing it more into the whole foot instead of placing it into the ball of the foot and then having time to roll the whole foot down.
Okay.
And so and sometimes it's useful to practice something like this. If I was going to just go to the side and pulling with the ball of the foot, and do you see how this foot kind of is dragging, right? It's just kind of, as soon as it comes in, that heel hits down. So when I go this way, as soon as it comes in, the heel drops. So it's always the ball of this foot and heel. Ball, heel, ball, heel. And I kind of feel like I'm drawing, almost like pulling myself across with that ball of the foot. Now, if I drop that foot down, you can see it kind of flattens everything out and it makes it harder to move on that first, or the side step, which is step number 2. So I can get that confused by saying different things. But so it's ball and then whole foot, ball, whole foot, ball of the foot, whole foot, ball of the foot, whole foot. So that's the 3. This is 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Yeah?
Okay, I think what's confusing me is on the foxtrot, we're doing just the opposite where the weight, the push is on the foot that's down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there is still some push on the foot that's down too. I mean, it is coming from both feet too, but I'm not pushing up over this way. So it's not as different as it might seem because I'm just being really clear that this foot doesn't go down.
Okay.
Because I'm I need to keep that up so that this one will be down. If this one drops down, I tend to do this. You see what just happened there? I just flipped them. And now I haven't changed weight, so I'll be on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
So it's more about getting the weight change happening quicker, of just being more aware of that second step of the ball of the foot and the third step, whole foot. And it stays much lower because you just cannot come up here and keep up with the music. The slower ones you probably could somewhat, but even then it's still, even with this speed, which is slow, it still starts to cause problems.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Because then once I'm up there,
Yeah.
step again.
And you've done some tango, American tango, so they say like the characteristic of tango is that it kind of stays down a little bit, right? And so a lot of people teach that the Viennese waltz, and I might have mentioned this before, is almost more related, similar in the technical aspects of the footwork to the tango than it is the waltz, the slow waltz. Because as I'm doing the Viennese waltz, to get that speed, you see I'm not really doing this.
Right.
So it doesn't look like, but if I was doing tango, I would be dancing it down here, right? And so when I'm doing the Viennese waltz, do you see? So again, I'm doing this to kind of remind that I'm not coming up. And even if I have a foot rise, even if I'm stepping on the ball of the foot, I'm not going, right? I'm still ball of the foot, but I'm not letting that influence the height so much.
Yeah, it surprised me somebody told us that tango really ties all these together, even though it seems to be such a different dance. It
has some techniques that are totally different.
It seems to tie all the others together. So that's one thing I think I just need to go over and over again on my own to get that down basic. But then the other thing I think is just making sure that we're not stepping too wide so that we can't get around each other.
Right.
So we could work on that or just work on that on our own.
Do you want to just do a couple of just the left turns to start with, just applying?
Attempting to apply.
Yeah, just applying the footwork things that we were just talking about and see how if that, so you were staying down, and that last step on 3, instead of saying 3, if I say drop, that just is to remind you on the 3rd step you are going down into the whole foot. So it's 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, Now, and then the other thing to remember as you're dropping, when I say drop, it'd be easy to drop both feet. And if you plant both feet at a high speed, you're kind of like, you're going to either get run over or you're just not going to be able to keep up. So there's only one foot that's dropping, and that's whatever one you're using on 3.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3. So it's only this one. And you can see how my back one is up, my back foot. If I go 3, then, and my partner's going to move at me, and I'm like stuck with both feet on the floor. So there's no time where you have both feet just flat on the floor in Viennese waltz. Yeah.
Okay, this is good brain
Yeah.
connection thing. Okay.
So it's 1, 2, drop, 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 1, 2, drop. Now, so Jerry, when you do the one where you're going forward, and I thought that was much better, right? Did that feel like, yeah.
But I got to do the heel.
Yeah, when whoever's going forward, you did the heel mostly too. Whoever's going forward though has the longest distance, so they get the shortcut, they get the straight path. And whoever's going back is kind of like a door. They're going to open up to allow you to go straight forward. It's so easy when we're going forward to kind of go out around. We already had the longest distance, so if we take that out around, it's going to be hard to get around. So when I step forward here, if this second step kind of moves this way and get to here, do you see how I kind of get stuck right there? So I want my second step to get to where my heel backs up towards that corner. And this will be my second step. So I'm going to get my heel all the way around to there. And then so I can do that cross. Yeah.
Straight.
Or else I end up kind of going around. Yeah. So I'm ideally trying to think about my spine, even though I'm rotating as I'm doing it, but my spine staying on this track. So if I imagine my spine staying right here, instead of my spine moving out around. And again, these things, you could get by with some of them with the music slower by not having them fully intact, but you try to go to a faster one and it'll like fall apart because you just can't keep up. There's no way you can keep up unless you know those shortcuts. Yeah.
I'll try it one more time.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Much better. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop. Whoop. Yep, you didn't get the drop, right? And so then you were on the wrong foot. Yep. But that was better, I thought, getting around, right? Did you feel she got around much easier that time? Yeah. Yeah. Want to try that one more time?
Sure.
1, 2, drop, 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 1, 2, drop. Yeah, much better.
I find I can only think of one thing at a time. If I'm thinking about my drop, I'm not thinking about the direction.
Right. And there's so many different pieces that you can study and learn about, and each piece makes it work just that little bit better, but trying to do them all at one time is like overload, right? There's no way you can hold all that information and make it all work. So, you know, you get one, that's why doing those drills of just doing like the footwork or something and just focusing on making sure you understand what the feet are doing, and then maybe the body position or the rotation or the alignment or, you know, whatever, all the other things that go along with it. And then the music, and I wanted to do, because I feel like when I'm doing the ladies part, that I have to be just as aware of the music as the man, so that he doesn't have to move me to the music. Like I know I'm moving myself and holding the rhythm with him, but I'm still at the same time, and that's kind of the sensitivity, is that I'm not doing it before him. Unless he's off time and I'm trying to help out, but if ever in the perfect world, you know, we're both holding that rhythm and we both understand the musical part of it. Because if one partner does and the other doesn't, then it's like there's something lacking in the team, right? The team's not functioning at the highest level. So if we do, and you were saying that you're not sure if you know where and as I watched you, like, when you first started out with the music, you were a little bit behind it, but then when you got to like the underarm turn and that, your body's kind of wanted to get back into it, and then you picked it up, and after that you were on time. But just making sure that you know that, like you said, your bodies will kind of naturally want to go towards that rhythm. But when you're focused on so many other things, we block our natural feel for that, So just making sure that you know what the rhythm is that you want. I'll just use this same song. Oh, I think I turned it off. Let me take it back to you.
It's a nice little set you've got for its size. Who makes it?
Yeah, I don't know. So if you're listening to and what throws you right there is you're used to doing the right foot back and the left foot forward, and that reverses it, right? So you're not used to wanting to step forward with that right foot because everything else you do goes back with it. So you got to that place, and then you like, no, I'm going to still use this one because that's right. So,
I think I want to get better at leading too, so that when I step back, she'll know that's where.
And when you step back, here's the other thing is that if you step back so you're going to be stepping back with your left foot at that point. That was the point where we got off, right? And so when you step back with your left foot, I also have to release with the right. So I'm getting that. So if I go like that, it's not going to encourage her, right? So when you step back, and if you're standing here, and so now you're moving your hips before, in fact, I'm going to turn around here so you can feel the difference.
Okay.
So you're now going to step forward with this foot.
Okay.
So if I go.
Nothing,
If I go. Right? So it almost blocked you from being able to step forward, right? So it has to come from the feet without, so making sure, and rolling, So I'm actually rolling out of the right foot. Before the left foot touches, I'm starting to release so there's that timing of that she can feel. And so as you step forward with your left foot, so I'm just going to have you do that part where you just come forward with your left. If I go, didn't really tell you, you put your foot out there anyway because I told you, but if I...
Wait, I'm going with my left foot or my right foot?
Oh, so did I say, sorry, your right foot.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get us as synced in that feeling. There you go. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
so I just changed the transfer, right, and it felt different. Like when you first stepped forward, your transfer felt different to me than what I was doing. And so what I felt when you first stepped forward with your right foot, sorry, I was saying left foot, but when you first stepped forward, I felt this. So you're going to go back with this one this time. Feel the difference of that one?
Yeah.
This one? You won't be able to see anything on the video because it's so subtle, but you can feel, right? Now feel this.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's going down too.
And what I was doing, I had to think about what I felt and how to reproduce that. And I felt like as my foot went forward, almost like my hips kind of went backwards instead of, I didn't do this either, pushing forward, but I just kind of held them right there and used my feet. You see that little, yeah? So as you step forward this time with your right foot, say the correct foot for you. Yeah, and we were talking about it, that's where you're providing the momentum.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you we're going to go, but then I want you to actually, so I don't feel like I'm going like this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's such a subtle little feeling, but can you feel when we're in sync, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's when I know where we're going.
And let me just do that with you, and we'll just do the same foot. And it doesn't really matter which foot we're stepping with, and let me do it out here for a second.
Okay.
And then bring your shoulders down, and you're going to just step back with this foot. Okay, so now I can kind of feel your body moving. So what I'm actually following is your foot. How your weight, now if you feel me do this, you feel me roll my weight from one part of the foot to the other.
Right.
So, and then we took a step. Whoop. So I felt that this moved before I could feel the foot. So start rolling through your foot first.
Okay, so now the left foot goes back first though, right? To position for the roll? Okay, but you're not stepping then until I roll.
Yep, one more time. So I still feel, you see where I brought you forward? So see if you could leave this here and tell me through, well, I still felt the pull of your, not so much this, but the body, the upper body leaving. Yeah, that was better. And so you're telling me, and then you're letting me respond.
Right.
So give me just a shift through the feet. Well, that was too quick, so I didn't respond yet, and you were already going. So start shifting through your feet and let me respond. That was a good one.
Okay, so I'm trying to see what I'm doing. I'm thinking too, if I just slightly unlock my knees.
Yeah.
So I'm just,
because a slight compression.
Just like I do when I go forward.
And that's just to give a little slight warning that we're going to be moving so I can respond. So you want to, and then you want to notice if I respond before you actually leave. Because once you're gone and I haven't taken my step, it means you got to pull me with you.
Yeah.
Once you get into that pull mode, it's hard to get out of. So you gave me a signal by just doing something to you instead of doing to me, right? Like I did just to you.
So I do the same thing if I was going to go forward then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So each time you're giving the signal by doing something to you, and usually the man gives the signal by doing something to the lady, because it seems like, okay, I'm going to lead you, so I'm moving you, and that's leading. But it's as subtle as doing something to my own body to signal, and I'm going to let you know that which direction that I'm going to move in. So if I'm here, and you don't know if I'm going to move towards you or away from you at this point, but I'm going to just tell you, go ahead, that'll be with this foot that you're going to step with. And then from there, my weight's here, all the way on the other foot. Right? So you could feel And I'm not doing anything to you. I'm not pulling you. I'm not pulling you with my body or pulling you with my arms.
It's just like that.
But subtle, right? And the more I can do it to myself and you can respond, the less I'm forcing you to do. And anytime where I'm forcing or helping too much, it takes us out of balance. And then we're always struggling to be a little bit out of balance because we're always being pulled and pushed because we don't know how to respond any other way. That's just what you do in the beginning until you learn sort of the fine points of it. And then it's like, so much nicer when you get used to that struggle being released. And then you know what you're responding to, right?
Okay.
So you're giving her a question and she's giving you the answer, like that signal and response. But a lot of times the men answer it for us before we even get a chance to do their, right? And we're like, wait, yeah. So you have to wait and acknowledge whether she's getting your signal, and then if she's giving you even the answer that you anticipated, because you might need to make an adjustment if she's doing something slightly different.
Okay.
Right?
I can see if I could pick up that just right there. Then I could just do it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we get into, I just want you there, and I'm going to make you.
And this is true for whatever dance that you do. So even though we're working on it in here, because it really shows up on this dance because it's so fast, you really have to be synchronized.
Okay.
Where some of the other dances you can get away with it, but eventually, as you get into more and more complicated moves, without all of this intact, it just gets harder and harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can see that that's what we need.
But it's like kind of painful because it's slow motion. You got to do it over and over and drill it. And you got, how many times did we just take one step to feel, to get the exact feeling of that lead and follow?
Oh, that's good. Let it do that 100 times.
Yeah.
Instead of the other things 20 times wrong and then get back.
Yeah. It's much harder to break a habit, than if, you haven't done it that long yet to where, okay, especially in this dance because it's new dance. So, it's easier to develop new habits.
So now is this Phoenix Waltz?
Yeah. A little faster though.
Yeah,
that's why I thought I sent you this whole playlist.
Just in case it doesn't come through. Then I can have a couple good ones.
I think this one is from Dance Vision. They have a CD, which I might have one left. I gave a bunch of them out. I think I gave them out at Christmas one year.
What were you going to ask about?
Oh, just on the foxtrot, just kind of smoothing out the...
Yeah, let me take this off so you don't have to hear the... Okay.
And we can reinforce this between what we're doing on Monday night, what we're doing here back in and what you showed us before.
And so keeping that nice and in between, that's it.
Okay.
There you go.
So back like the, okay.
Yeah, and you can drop the elbow just a little bit here. Tango would be more up here like this. Do you see how your elbow is almost, so that's kind of the...
What are you up to in tango?
Tango, the ladies isn't up quite as far, but the reason that they come up is because the hold is brought in closer. Like in foxtrot and waltz, there's more angle out, and in tango, the hand is kind of almost on the inside of the elbow instead of the outside.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we're right with the knees. Transition here.
Whoop, yeah, she got that cross down really good now.
I wouldn't go there. Okay.
Now on this case, because you're doing the open left turn, I'm going to have you start at this angle. Yeah.
Diagonal side.
Yeah. That just makes it a whole lot easier.
Okay.
Quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick. Okay, so you were doing just the one that we did before,
Right,
the
just
continuity
trying to
ending
smooth
at the end?
The continuity
Yeah,
ending.
yeah,
and
okay, I
also
thought you were,
and smoothing the hover out a little bit because of timing on that, because coming up and turning, well, not turning my head like I did that time, but turning a bit, and so that she can look that way, and then coming down to and then coming out.
yeah. And you know what, when you do that little turn a bit, like so, if you are turning a little bit this way, then my next direction is actually going to be that way. So as I turn a little bit, as I move out here and go into that open natural where you come around, do you see how I'm going here instead of here? Because now I got a lot, I mean, an eighth of a turn more, and an eighth of a turn makes a difference at that point to get around. So if I'm already here, it's going to be easier to go around her. You can see that my step actually went here instead of if my step goes here, then I got to get all the way over to there, and that's
I'm slipping back into that because when we first learned it, it was, you know, I was
a lot of turn, right? Yeah.
And then later on, I was taught that it's just like you're going straight through her, basically. You just continue.
Right,
Yeah.
right, on the first part of it.
Instead of dropping down and coming around here.
So
I just continue.
as I come around here, and that brushing, sometimes when you practice it, you kind of, you know, you bring your foot in and you tend to hold that position while you're catching your balance, which is okay when you're learning it. Just so you know that when it brushes in, then it keeps on moving eventually. It'll keep on moving through there, right? Once you get used to that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to reinforce right now the hover. We're both facing the correct way before.
And when you come out of the hover, if you are in that same spot where you just were in the hover, right now when you came out of it, you lowered and came out at the same time, so it looked like that, right? And so I'm actually going to go up a little bit higher to come out. So I'm going to push up through the feet and then open. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of dropping down at that point.
And then it goes to heel, toe, toe, heel, right? And then. Okay. Let's try it again. Oops. Back in the center.
Yeah, so one more time. So now, that time you got really off sync with your steps, like your steps got a lot faster than her.
Okay.
And I know you're obviously really busy thinking about what you're doing, but trying to still notice if she's with you on that. And you know, it's weird because you're doing two different things too. So you're kind of having to figure out what you're doing and notice is her thing complementary and she moving at the same speed.
Because I'm going forward, side, back, she's going back, side, forward.
Right, so two different steps, but you still are doing that in the same timing, right? So,
Well, no, but trying to.
or else you'll get to a certain spot and then you're not synchronized again. Yeah, and then coming out of that, yeah, and it's funny because you do something, there is a pattern that actually does what you do, but it's actually a more advanced pattern too, funny enough. I know, and I feel like a lot of the guys tend to do that too. So you're up here, you just coming out of your heel turn.
Right.
She just came around you. Do you know where I'm at? So you just did your heel turn, she comes around to here, and you look out and promenade.
Okay.
Yep, and you take your step out and promenade. Then you have 3 steps outside partner. So you're basically going to keep going at that angle. Start, yep. And I'm going to turn back in to face you. Whoop, you're going to keep going the same way. So keep going the same, whoop, you're turning.
Are we doing the continent?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Keep going the same way. Whoop. Now, do you see how you brought me around you? So I'm going to stay on this side and turn. I'm not going to come over here.
Okay.
And that's what's happening. You are leading that for her to come all the way over to the other
so
side.
I brought you around, and then let's see. So
So now, remember to go up up through the toes and out, up and out.
Okay.
And then, Now, do you see how you came towards me? Keep going straight that way.
Okay.
So 3 steps on the outside of my feet. Up and out, 3 steps on the outside. Whoop. Yeah. And this one has to go on the outside of my feet too, to there.
Okay.
So you're bringing me back to in line.
And then the next one.
Then the next one you step back
pick
in
up
line.
in line
Yeah.
as we come
Yeah.
across. Oh.
And I think we worked on that, like maybe one of the very first lessons, and then we didn't come back to it. Yeah. So you're here, you push up through the feet, 3 steps on the outside, and then come out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see, so I stayed on this side of him, and so your part, he's still going to be on this side the whole time, and that, especially that 3rd step, you have to really make sure that goes on the outside, because it's easy to kind of ease back in. So I'm going to here, and I'm turning, but he's still on this side, so we haven't crossed over. And so what's easy to do is to pull her across in front of you instead of, she's on this side, and if I leave my hands here so you can see, then that represents her staying on that side of me.
Yeah. And I was thinking in terms of when I do bring her across, I bring this up, which helps her come around.
Yeah.
But coming out, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so when you come out of here, then it's 3 steps. So this is the landing quick, quick. Then you've got a slow, quick, quick. Then your next slow would be towards her.
Okay, so.
But it is 4 steps.
Heel turn, 1, and then.
If you count that as slow, quick, quick. Yeah.
Slow, quick, quick.
And the swing up that you were saying to help her kind of know to turn back in, do you see how I'm swinging up, but I'm not swinging it across? Do you see the difference of that? So I'm going to swing it up this way to help her turn back in, but she's still over here as opposed to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoop. So that one, do you see how you took your 3 steps and you were backwards by the time you got to your 3rd one? So all 3 steps have to be straightforward. So you come out here, and then it's slow, quick, quick. And even one more forward step if I went into like a left turn right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're here.
Yeah, can we do it from the one that, I just like to do the one that leads into it.
Sure.
I don't know where I am.
Okay, now I'm just going to do this real quick. Yeah, now do you see how that fits to the arm? Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back 1, heel turn, and then.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yay.
Those are 2 areas that we can work on then.
And let me lead you one time on that, just so when you come out, actually I'll do it on the same spot, starting where you like to start going back. So you're going to step forward on the outside with your right foot. Okay. So you're going to come around here, and we're up on our toes, and now bring your elbow back out a little bit. There you go. Because you kind of did this as you turn, and it's kind of, there you go. That helped to balance. You can drop it just a hair. Yeah, perfect. Now, we're on our toes, and I want you to push up through your toes to leave. Yeah? And now you're going to take 3 steps. I'm going to stay on the outside. You're going to turn to go backwards. So you're going forward on this one. Turn to back up to there. Then I can go into like an open left turn or whatever you want to do. Yeah?
Perfect. Okay. Can you try it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it again?
Sure.
Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, up. Whoop, that, you left out the open right turn where you go around her this way. Yeah.
It's going into the.
Yep.
Okay.
Slow, quick, quick, 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 slow. Yeah, much better, much better.
Not pretty, but yeah.
And I still noticed that you made it.
I still did this too instead of going straight.
Yeah, when you did that hover or twinkle here, you went back out almost this way.
Yeah.
And now your next step. So if I'm kind of aiming where I want to go next, instead of here, and then I got to go that way. So my hand and even my foot, do you see how everything's already going? So now it's easy for me to get over there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Feels much better.
Yeah. When you get those things, it's like, whoa, what you were doing was way harder because you had to go way out there and all the way around. You had to take the long path again instead of the shortcut right through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You good?
Yeah, anything
Okay.
else?
Yeah, several hours of
Yeah.
reinforcing that.
Good, good.
Okay. Yeah,
As-
did you want to?